Over in the 2025-2026 League Two campaign is here. That's right. And some clubs have got their campaign off to the best possible start, who, of course, will follow that with another victory. Well, we're going to find out in just 1 second. If you're new, where you've been, smash your subscribe. You want subscribe for Blackburn Rovers, League Two, World Football. We're going to all hear under Warruski. That's right. Match day over 2, right around the corner, over in League Two. And we have, of course, our first table topper. Who is it? Well, I'll tell you in just 1 second. Big shout out to the members, big shout out to the patrons. You know who you are. But anyway, let's waste no more time and jump into the deep end. And what is the deep end? Well, the deep end, my friends, is this. That's right. It is League Two. Fortunately, you guys on what we have down here, on TikTok, you're going to have to wait till I manage to unlock some features on that, so we can. But you're going to have to listen to me. So let's take a look at what went down. Of course, League Two last weekend. We had a whole stellar packed fixture list, and these were the results and my predictions, of course. Starting with Accrington Stanley's matchup against Gillingham. I went with a 1-0 away win there for Gillingham, but it was a 1-1 draw in the end. Bristol Rovers got their League Two campaign off to a terrible start, really losing to Harrogate. Again, I went the other way. Cambridge did beat Cheltenham Town 1-0. I went with a 2-1 win. Colchester with a 1-1 draw against Tranmere Rovers. Again, I went with a 2-0 win on that one. Barnet, they kicked off their campaign with a defeat to Fleetwood Town. 2-0 loss there. I went with just a 1-0. Chesterfield opened up with a 1-0 win over Barrow. I went with a 3-1 win myself. Grimsby Town with a 2-0 win. That was my call. 3-0 win over Crawley. We've got MK Dons with a 0-0 draw against Oldham Athletic. Of course, not the best start for Paul Warne and the MK Dons. Meanwhile, Newport County did draw with Notts County in the Battle of the Counties. I went with a 1-1 scoreline in that match. Meanwhile, Salford losing to Crewe, probably the surprise round, surprise fixture of the round, losing at home to Crewe. Shrewsbury, they did pick up a 0-0 draw against Bromley. I went with a 1-1 scoreline myself. And then Walsall opened up with a 2-1 win over Swindon, as I predicted. So, not too shabby on there, guys. What does that mean, though? The table looks like this is your first League Two campaign, a table of the campaign. James BCFC is in the house. Welcome to the chat. As you can see, Grimsby Town topped the charts into match number 2 with their 3-0 scoreline. Crewe into second place and Fleetwood Town in third. If the season was to end today, those 3 guys will be going up, and we would say goodbye to Barnet and we would say goodbye to Crawley. But of course, that's not where it is, guys. That's not where it is. We're going to roll into match number 2 right here, right now. But before that, I've let you know that we are doing a prediction league. It is Cutley/League 2. I'm not going to give you an update right now. Of course, we are still in the early stages of the season. Of course, brand new, still squeaky clean. We'll get into it in a little bit. Jack Thornton in the house. He says, up the Mariners. Prediction League update. No, I'm not going to give you one, James. It's been too busy trying to get the channel back on track with a lot of stuff going on the channel, lots of bits and pieces. And again, if you're watching on the TikTok, make sure you smash the follow, because we're going to be keeping you bang up today with a lot of games around the world. But this video right here, right now, we're focusing on EFL League Two, and we're going to get into the next round of games. And these are those. Look at them. Which one is your standout out there? We've got 12 matches coming at you. And at the end of this video, we'll showcase you who I believe will be top of the table heading into match number 3. That's right. In fact, next week, busy week, we've got the Calabata Cup right around the corner. So let's get into it and get your predictions in the chat. If you're watching on the TikTok, if you're watching on the old YouTube and all that kind of stuff, get your predictions in the chat. So we kick it all off with Notts County taking on Salford. That's right, coming at you over at Notts County. Martin Peterson, the coach there, coming into this not on the best bit of form for them at the moment. They are winless in the last 6 heading into this. They're sitting in 9th in the table with that 1 point so far. Salford with Carl Robinson at the helm, winless in the last 3, and they did start the season with a defeat. Now, they have played each other 5 times since 2015. 1 win for Notts County, we've got 4 wins for Salford. There's been no draws between these 2 clubs. Coming into this, they last played back in April. We picked up a 3-1 win for Salford at Notts County, who have won 3 on the bloody bounce. We've got PVFC for life in the chat. Respect to you for coming back. We didn't lose you last time. We've got a couple of picks in the house, and I'll take a look at those in just a second. Notts County picking up that draw against Newport County. Salford losing to Crewe. The bookmakers' odds for this one, 11-10 is your Notts County. 9-4 is, of course, the away win. And we have 13-5 in the draw on this one. So we have some picks in the house. We got James BCFC kicking up a 2-1 win for Notts County. We got PVFC for life, or Cliff to me. He knows what I'm talking about. He's gone with a 2-2 draw. And Jack has gone with a 1-1 scoreline as well. So everyone's sitting down the middle on this first one. Let me know, of course. Hello in the old TikTok. Respect for you guys there. Of course, we are live on TikTok. check us out. If you haven't done so already, make sure you smash that follow. So I've gone with, on the first game here, 2-0 win Notts County to get their season up and running at long last. Let's get to the next one then, shall we? Tranmere Rovers. Just to let everybody know, I'll be back for League One later on today in about an hour's time. So again, on TikTok, we're going to give that a go. So next up, it's Tranmere. I'm against Shrewsbury Town. Tranmere, I think they got off to a good start in their opening campaign. They sit 10th at the moment with a point. Andrew Crosby still at the helm there. Shrewsbury under Michael Appleton sit down into 17th. Also picking up a point in their first match, of course. Tranmere Rovers, though, have played Shrewsbury Town 12 times since 2004. 6 wins Tranmere, 5 wins Shrewsbury, and there's been 1 draw between these two sides. Now, the last time they played at Tranmere, Prenton Park, it was a 1-0 win for the Shrews. Goodness gracious me. Miller, I like the look of, lads. Me too. I love a look. He looks like a right character, but we'll talk about him shortly, or maybe a little bit later on. So last time they played at Tranmere, it was a 1-0 win for the Shrews. That was back in October 2019. Of course, Shrewsbury picking up that, the 0-0 draw against Bromley, Tranmere drawing to Colchester, of course. The odds for this one, though, coming at you right here, right now, we have 5-4 your Tranmere, 2-1 is your Shrewsbury, 5-2 is the draw. In the house, we have some Picarinos. We've got PVFC for life. That's Cliff. I'm just going to call you Cliff because it's easy. Shrewsbury picking up the 1-0 win for him. Jack Thornton's gone with a 2-0 win for Tranmere. If I can get that on the screen there. TRFC Vlogs has gone with a 2-0 win as well for Tranmere. We got Mouse Cannon in the house. Nice like name. That's a cool name. That rolls off the tongue. He's gone with a 1-0 win for the Shrews. And we got 2-1 win for James BCFC as well for Tranmere. So everybody back in Tranmere in the chat. But for me, I'm also going Tranmere. I'm going to go with a 1-0 win. And make sure you smash your subscribe wherever you are in the world. Of course, as we cover League Two today, live. Let's get into the next one. Barrow. They kicked off their campaign in kind of a bit of a shaky form with an opening day defeat up against MK Dons. Everybody's tip, including my own, to go up as champions. Of course, Paul Warne not getting the best possible start out of his Dons, the fake Dons. Of course, four times they've played these two clubs since 2023. We have 3 wins for Barrow, no wins for MK Dons. There's been 1 draw between these two sides. Now, the last time I played at Barrow, it was a 2-1 win for Barrow way back in February 2025. Goodness gracious me. It's been back-to-back wins at home for Barrow. It's actually been 3 wins on the spin in all competitions, all venues for Barrow, and only conceding 1 goal against MK Dons in those last 3. Barrow picking up a 1-0 loss to Chesterfield. Of course, they are one of the favourites also to go up. MK Dons with a 0-0 draw against newly promoted Oldham. The bookies odds for this one, we have, what do we have here? We have Barrow 29-20 for the XG, 70-10 is your MK Dons, 12-5 is the draw. In the chat, we have of course, hopefully one day, very soon, we'll get the TikTok merged together so everyone can see everyone's chat. Jack Thornton's gone with a 2-0 away win for MK Dons. Cliff has gone with a 0-0 draw, PVFC for life. Mouse Cannon's gone with a 3-1 win for MK Dons. James BCFC has gone with a draw. And TRFC Vlogs picking up a 2-0 win for Barrow. Wow. I, unfortunately, have got, what have I gone with here? I've gone with a 2-1 win, MK Dons. Make sure you subscribe down in your TikTok. We're trying to get the numbers up there. But, of course, the true home of the channel is on YouTube. So make sure you hang out over there as well. So next up we go Bromley up against Barnet in the Battle of the Bees. Now, these are, of course, 2 clubs recently promoted. Barnet this past season, Barrow season prior. And, of course, Andy Woodward did a good job with the guys this past campaign. Kicking off, though, with a draw for Bromley. Barnet picking up themselves with a defeat opening day, but they've played each other 13 times since 2018. 5 wins Bromley, 4 wins Barnet. There's been 4 draws between the two sides. The last time they played at this very venue, at Bromley, it was a 2-0 win for Bromley way back in March 2024 in the FA Trophy. And the last time they played at this venue in the league, it was in the National League, the Vanarama League. It was a 2-0 win for Barnet back in August 2023. Coming into this, though, it is quite split between the two sides. 2 wins, 2 defeats, and 2 draws between the two sides. Barnet opened up with a 2-0 loss to Fleetwood. Bromley with a 0-0 draw against the Shrews. That's right. The odds for this one in the Battle of the Bees, 11-5 is your Bromley, 11-10 is your Barnet, 5-2 is, of course, the draw. What do we have here? We've got, I'm going to go PVFC for life. It's gone with a 0-0 draw. Mouse Cannon with a 1-1 draw. We've got Jack Thornton with a 1-0 win for Bromley. And also TRFC Vlogs gone with a 2-0 win for Bromley as well. So, the home side has been backed. What have I gone with on this one? Going to go with a 1-1 draw as well. Point apiece, split right down the middle. I think Barnet will take that early days. Let's go to Cheltenham Town now as they take on Chesterfield. That's coming at you over at Cheltenham. Of course, Michael Flynn's boys right there, kicking off the season with a defeat. 42% form for them over the last 6. Chesterfield under Paul Cook picking up a win last time around. That's their first win in 6, including pre-season. They played 16 times since 2002. 3 wins Cheltenham, 8 wins Chesterfield. There's been 5 draws between the two sides coming into this match. The last time they played at Cheltenham, it was a 1-0 win for Cheltenham back in February 2025. 1-0 win as it was. Cheltenham unbeaten against Chesterfield over the last 4, picking up 2 wins and 2 draws. Chesterfield 1-0 winners over Barrow. Cheltenham losing 1-0 away to Cambridge. Back-to-back games without a goal, including pre-season. The odds for this, 23-20 is your Cheltenham. Even Stevens is your Chesterfield. 27-10 is the draw on this one. We've got in the chat over on YouTube, we've got James FC with a 2-1 win for Chesterfield. We've got PVFC for life, 5-0 win. Wow, he's gone big on that one for Chesterfield. Mouse Cannon with a 2-0 win for the away side as well. Everyone seems to be back in Chesterfield, and I don't see why not. Jack Thornton, 3-0 winners for Chesterfield. We've got TIFC Vlogs also going with a 4-0 win for Chesterfield as well. Some big score lines. I'm not that big. I wish I was that big, but I'm not that big. But I'm going to go with a 1-0 win for Chesterfield for them in the end. They should win that game, shouldn't they? But hell, Cheltenham, you never know. Let's go to Crawley Town. I think they got off to a good start, if my memory serves me. They're taking on Newport County. That's right. It's coming at you over at Crawley. They actually got off to a stinker. Crawley under Scott Lindsay, 3 defeats on the spin for them, including pre-season. Newport County under David Hughes kicking off their campaign. And, of course, his managerial ship with a draw. Now, they played 21 times since 2010. 10 wins Crawley, 6 wins, of course, Newport County. There's been 5 draws between the two sides. Coming into this, they last played at Crawley. It was a 4-1 win for Crawley back in September 2023. That was in League Two. Crawley picking up back-to-back wins that season, scoring 8 goals against them. And they're unbeaten against Newport County over the last 6, picking up 4 wins and a couple of draws. Crawley, though, picking up a defeat to Grimsby, a big one, 3-0 loss last time. Of course, Newport County picked up the Battle of the Counties, a 1-1 scoreline in that last match. The odds for this one, though, Crawley, 15-8 on for the victory, 31-10 is the draw, 21-4 is the away win. We got Jack. I slipped you there. Sorry, brother. 1-1 Crawley against Newport. That's Newport County. That was a Mouse Cannon. Jack's there with a 2-0 win for Newport on this one. It's a surprise. I've got to go now, mate. No worries. Back League One, I will be here. Crawley, the worst team seen us play. TRFC Vlogs. It's gone with a 0-0 draw as well on this one. So James FC wrapping us up with the picks in the house, the live picks. We are live. 2-1 winners. For the away side, it looks like I've gone with a home win here. Crawley should do all right in this league. So yeah, see them picking up a win, and I'll see how they get on this coming match day. Meanwhile, Crewe, Alexandra, they picked up a massive win this past weekend against Salford, taking on another for a Northwest team here in a bit of a crunch class over at Grimsby Road. The Crewe under Lee Bell right now, 1 win out of 1. They are sitting second at the table. They'll love to see the season end like that. Up against Accrington, Stanley, who picked themselves up a draw in their first match. 21 times they've played since 2009. 8 wins Crewe, 10 wins Accrington, Stanley, 3 draws between the two sides. Coming at you right here, right now. They last played at Grimsby Road. It was a 1-0 win for Stanley back in the start of the year, 25th of January, 1-0 win as it was. At Grimsby Road. In fact, they exchanged 1-0 wins at their own venues. So Crewe winning at Stanley, Stanley winning at Crewe. In fact, the home side hasn't won since Accrington beat Crewe at Stanley back in February 2022. Crewe picking up a 3-1 win over Salford. Accrington picking up a cheeky 1-1 draw against Gillingham. The odds for this one, Crewe 11-10 for the victory, 23-10 is your away win, 12-5 is the draw. We have some picks in the house. We've got James FC, 3-1 win for Crewe. Mouse Cannon with a 2-1 win for Crewe as well. Jack Thornton goes right down the middle, splits it with a 1-1 draw. And TRFC Vlogs picking up a 3-1 win for Crewe as well. Get your picks in the house. Hello, over on the Tickety Talk. Make sure you smash the follow. We got predictions live. And we've also got lots of content on the channel. I'm going to go with on this one a 2-0 win. Crewe Alexandra should win, make it back-to-back wins. And it could be a good year for Lee Bell. So far, so good. Let's get to the next one. Gillingham, that's right. Got a soft spot for Gillingham these days with Gareth Ainsworth at the helm, taking on Matt Sadler and Walsall, that's right, coming at you over at Priestfields, if my memory is correct. They played 30 times in 2001. Just 5 wins, Gillingham, 12 wins, Walsall. There's been 13 draws between these two sides. Gillingham coming into this, though, on the back of that draw against Accrington Stanley. Walsall picked up a 2-1 win, massive win over Swindon Town. That was at the Bescop. Coming into this, though, they last played at... excuse me. Problem with live. Any coughs and splurts, they come at you. They last played at Priestfields back in March 2025. It was a 0-0 draw. That was also in League Two. It's actually been 3 draws on the spin between these two sides, stretching back to 2024. The bookies for this one, we have Gillingham at 8-5 for the victory, Walsall 8-5. So the bookies don't really know. 23-10 is the draw. We have some picks in the house. We've got James, BCFC with a 1-1 draw. Mouse Cannon with the same scoreline, also with a 1-1 draw. We've got TRFC Vlogs picking up a 2-2 draw. We have Jack Thornton also picking up a 2-2 draw as well. Anyone in the old TikTok can get in there and let me know your pickaroonies for this one. I've gone with, on this one, I'd love to see, I think I've gone with a Gillingham victory. 1-0 winners I have. Bradley Dack to score it. So let's hope that happens. Fleetwood Town up against Bristol Rovers, coming at you over at Highbury. That's right. Pete Wild's boys taking on Darryl Clark's men over at Highbury. Of course, played 18 times since 2012. 6 wins Fleetwood, 5 wins Bristol Rovers. There's been 7 draws between the two sides. Of course, Fleetwood looking good in pre-season. 4 wins on the spin. Of course, including that win this past week. And they sit 3rd on the table early doors. Up against Bristol Rovers, Darryl Clark all the way down in the 20th right now. Not the best possible start. Now, the last time they played at this very venue, it was a 0-0 draw back in March 2024. That was in League One, guys. Both these sides relegated. Were they both relegated at the same time? 24, 25. No, I guess Fleetwood were relegated a season prior. Bristol Rovers relegated just. Bristol Rovers on the back of that 1-0 loss to Harrogate. Fleetwood picked up that monster 2-0 away win at Barnet. The odds for this one, though, Fleetwood 31-20 for the victory, 70-10 is your Bristol Rovers, 23-10 is the draw. I think James kicks us off here with a 2-1 away win to Bristol Rovers. TRFC Vlogs going with a 3-3 banger right there, and that's what we want. Jack Thornton with a 2-1 away win for Bristol Rovers. Mouse Cannon with the coolest name in town. 2-2 scoreline over at Highbury. What do we think about in the old WhatsApp or whatever it is down here, the old TikTok? I'm gonna get into it, guys. We'll get into it. I see you there. I see you. We are going to go with it's a tricky one, this one. I've gone with a 2-1 win Fleetwood Town to make it back-to-back wins. Perfect start for Wilds boys over at Highbury. Let's get into Harrogate Town now, shall we? Up against Grimsby. Grimsby, of course, table toppers against Harrogate, who also picked themselves up with an early door win this campaign. This is over at Harrogate. Played 10 times these two clubs in 2015. 5 wins Harrogate, 3 wins Grimsby. There's been 2 draws between the two sides. Coming into this, Harrogate sitting in 5th right now on the back of that victory over Bristol Rovers, away victory, massive. Meanwhile, Grimsby Town picking up a 3-0 win over Crawley, as in their own backyard. Now, the last time that these two sides played at this very venue was a 2-2 scoreline way back in April 2025. Grimsby, of course, unbeaten against them in their own backyard back in Boxing Day 2024. Bookies odds for this one. What are we looking at? We look at 2-1 is your Harrogate Town, 13-10 is your Grimsby, 23-10 is the draw right down the middle. Another tricky one to call. Jack Thornton, got to back the boys, he says. 2-0 win for Grimsby. We got TRFC Vlogs. He's going to go against you here. 4-0 win for the away side. What's he thinking on this one? Jamesby's FC also going with the Mariners. 2-1 win for Grimsby, and Mouse Cannon going with a 1-1 draw scoreline as well. So, in fact, sorry, take that back. TRFC Vlogs going with a 4-0 win for Grimsby. I got it completely wrong. My chest is hurting a little bit. Get ready to call 911 or whatever it is. I'm going to go with a 1-1 scoreline. Sorry, Grimsby. I think Harrogate, both sides coming into this on the back of a win. It's a tricky away side here. I know, in honesty, Grimsby Town should win it. They are probably a stronger side, but it's early days in the season, so I'm going to go with a 1-1 scoreline. Let's get into the next one. It is Oldham, newly promoted. The Owls up against Colchester United. One of my tips to do well. This is coming at you at Boundary Park, is it? Is it still called Boundary Park? I'm not too sure. Anyway, they're coming at you, hopefully. My computer's kind of pooped the bed here a little bit. It's taking a minute to load. But let's take a look at Oldham then. as they take on Colchester United. Oldham, of course, newly promoted. They've got Mickey Mellon at the helm, winless in the last 3, though, up against Colchester under Danny Cowley, who are also just one win in the last 6, but they're unbeaten in the last 4. They are draw kings right now in pre-season. They played Oldham 30 times since 2003, 6 wins Oldham, 9 wins Colchester. There's been 15 draws between these two sides coming into this one. Last time around over at Oldham, it was a 2-1 win for Colchester back in August 2021. That was back in League Two. Oldham on the back of that 0-0 draw against MK Dons. Good result for them back in the division. Colchester picking up a 1-1 draw against Tranmere in their own backyard. The odds here, 11-8. Your Oldham, of course, it's their first game back at their own turf. Should be a banger. 15-8 is your Colchester. 12-5 is the draw here. What do we have in the chat? We've got Colchester winning. That's James Peterson with the 1-0 win. We've got a 3-2 victory for Mouse Cannon in favour of Oldham. Jack Thornton's also going with a 2-1 win. I think TRFC Vlogs also going with a 2-2 scoreline here in the chat. Got to go with, I think I'm going Oldham here. No, I've gone with a draw myself. Yeah, another draw. We're closing in on a lot of draws here. 1-1 scoreline for me on this one. So we're going to wrap it all up here, guys, with the last one, and it is Swindon Town against Cambridge. It's a tricky one to call this one. Swindon Town under Ian Holloway up against Cambridge under Neil Harris. That's right. Played each other 7 times in 2017. We have 4 wins Swindon, 2 wins Cambridge. There's been 1 draw between the two sides. Holloway's boys on the back of a defeat. Cambridge kicking it off with a win in their first round of matches, of course. Last time they played at Swindon, it was a 4-0 win for Swindon back in December 2019. It was on Boxing Day. Comfortable win for Swindon. In fact, Swindon are unbeaten against Cambridge in the last 3 in the league. They haven't conceded a goal against them in that last 3. Meanwhile, coming into this one, Swindon on the back of the 2-1 loss to Walsall. Cambridge with that 1-0 narrow win at home to Cheltenham. The odds for this one, Swindon Town, if I can see it, 11-10 is your Swindon Town, 25 is your Cambridge, 9-4 is the draw. We're going to wrap it up with Jack. Jack in the house is going with the 2-1 win for Oldham. That was the other one. Sorry, we're going to go 2-1 win. James BCFC for Swindon Town. Mouse Cannon has gone with a what was he got? He's gone with also a 2-1 win. Jack Thornton with a 2-0 win as well for Cambridge. Just because I hate Ian Holloway. You got to love Ian Holloway. You got to love Ian Holloway. Can't predict Holloway to win as a Town fan. TRFC Vlogs 3-2 away win for Cambridge. So yeah, it's very difficult to call this one. Everyone's all over the place in the chat. I've gone with a 2-1 win for Holloway's boys. That's right. And if I'm right, guys over on the old TikTok, and if I'm right, guys over on the YouTube and all that kind of stuff, this is what my League Two table will look like after 2 round of matches. We do have going down Cheltenham Town, Salford City, the team of 92, or whatever it is, class of 92, are shitting a brick. Salford are going down. Meanwhile, at the tip of the top of the table, it's Chesterfield, it's Fleetwood Town, it is Crewe. They're going up. Perfect record so far. 2 wins out of 2. The Mariners, Notts County, MK Dons, and Harrogate will make up their playoff spots. That is what I've got over in match number 2. Of course, we'll be back for match number 3 very, very soon. Again, hopefully we'll have you on your TikTok as well. But this is the old link for the Prediction League. Get going. Keep on doing your thing. Of course, it should be in the chat. It probably isn't there right now, but it should be. If it isn't, it will be there within an hour. Speaking of hours, I'll be back, of course, as well for the old, League One show, live today. And tomorrow we'll be live for the old championship show as well, prediction show. And also tonight, we're going to do a Rovers preview for the first game of the season. So make sure you do that as well. Anyway, you guys have been fantastic in the chat. I love the participation. I love the engagement there. And you guys in the old TikTok. This is my live TikTok debut, and we're doing it League Two styley. Anyway, guys, I'll be back in about 30, 40 minutes. I'll see you soon for the League One. Until then, you guys are amazing. This is Blackburn Rovers C. Subscribe, smash a like. I'll see you soon when we return, but I'm done. How do I stop it on this bad boy? How do I stop on this?